Welcome to Horner Sunday Kitchen. Today we're going to be making stuffed portobello mushrooms. This is a great recipe and it is a crowd pleaser, all right? Especially if you like mushrooms, you can't go wrong with this recipe. This is going to be a great recipe, and all you need some mozzarella cheese, and of course, portobello mushrooms. You need some Parmesan cheese. If you like Parmesan cheese, you don't have to have that. I put it in there because I like Parmesan cheese. You need a couple eggs, maybe a couple breadcrumbs. You need some bacon bits, or bacon, or some sausage or steak or whatever you want to add to it. Then you need about a quarter cup of mushrooms or a half cup of mushrooms chopped, and some green onions, okay, for my recipe. And then of course I'm going to add some garlic salt or garlic powder, some Johnny's seasoning salt from the Pacific Northwest. Use Lowry's down here in Texas. A lot of people do, or Cavender's. And then I'm gonna add some pepper. I usually add my hot pepper blend, but I'm making one for my wife today, so I can't add the hot to it. But that's fine. It's still gonna taste great. I made these a couple weeks ago and last week with some steak, leftover ribeye. I chopped it up real fine and put it in there. Oh my goodness. That was really good. So we're gonna add some bacon today. I fried up some bacon earlier and I made it into bacon bits, and it's gonna be awesome. So a lot of people don't know this, a portobello mushroom, when you buy baby bella mushrooms at the store, baby bella mushrooms are the same mushroom, but the baby bellas are picked sooner. So the portobello is very large, very large. So, all right, this is gonna be a great recipe. You don't wanna miss this, so stay tuned. All right, first things first. I already preheated the oven to 350 degrees, all right, because we're gonna pop this in the oven for probably about 25, 30 minutes, okay? So you definitely wanna preheat it. All right, you're gonna break this, because the portobello mushroom, if you look at this, okay? Anybody that knows me, I'm a pretty big guy, so I got big hands, but this portobello mushroom is pretty big, okay? So you gotta pop the stem out of there as much as you can. All right, so you take the stem out and then you just have like a bowl. All right, so you can get, there's bigger portobello mushrooms. I mean, there was some at the store that were this big, but then there was a small one in the pack too. And I want them to be, you want to be as evenly as possible. So that way they cook evenly. All right, so put those right there. And a lot of people wash their mushrooms. You are not supposed to wash mushrooms. Mushrooms are like a sponge, okay? So if you add water to it, it's just too liquidy, okay? So you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that at all. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add probably about a cup of, maybe a cup and a half of cheese, okay? A cup and a half of mozzarella cheese right here. And then I'm going to add probably about 1/8 of a cup of Parmesan cheese, all right? And if you like more mozzarella cheese, you can add more mozzarella cheese. If you like Parmesan cheese or Reggiano, or I don't know, whatever other kind, you want some cheddar cheese in there, you can add some cheddar cheese. All right. I personally, I like Parmesan cheese and mozzarella cheese. I kind of like all kinds of cheeses though. So I don't know. My wife doesn't like cheese very much though. All right. So I'm going to add this. It's probably about a quarter cup of mushrooms chopped real fine, and then some green onions. All right, I'm gonna add that to it. All right, and then I'm gonna add probably a quarter cup of bacon bits. Add that to it, and then some Johnny's seasoning salt to taste. All right, so you don't need that much salt though, because the bacon adds a lot of salt. So, and then some garlic powder, probably about, I'd say a teaspoon of garlic powder. Teaspoon of garlic powder, and then probably about half a teaspoon of pepper, and then about 1/8 of a cup of breadcrumbs. Okay, 1/8 of a cup of breadcrumbs. Oh, that pepper. Oh, okay. So then you stir it around. It shouldn't be wet. It shouldn't be wet, but the eggs should make everything kind of bind together. You're gonna add the eggs for a little bit of moisture. Okay, you gotta have a little bit of moisture. You added the breadcrumbs to soak up some of the juices from the mushrooms and the green onions. Okay, so you want that moisture in there. Otherwise, it's kind of just a cheese block when it comes out. You don't want that. You want it to be tender. Okay, and a lot of vegetarians and vegans use these as like meat patties because they are once they grow more and they develop into a more of a meaty mushroom. It's really good. So I'm actually growing. I'm attempting to grow lion's mane mushrooms right now. Hopefully they turn out, and we'll have a future episode on the lion's mane mushroom because it's supposed to taste like lobster and shrimp. So I can't wait for that. That's gonna be nice. So this is what it's gonna look like. And this is basically, if you're following the channel a lot, and you saw the chaffle recipe, this is pretty much the chaffle recipe that I've been eating a lot of lately. But here it is. See, it's not wet. It really isn't. It really isn't wet. It's just but it's going to be very loaded with moisture. I can't say the first 5 letters of that word because people don't like that word. I don't understand, but they don't. So, all right, then you're gonna take spoonfuls of it and you're gonna stuff it in the middle of that mushroom, okay, and just pack it in there, okay. Don't break the mushroom. Don't pack it so hard you're gonna break the mushroom, but you want it in there pretty good. And you might have a little bit of the stuff left over. Just pile it on there if you want to. If not, hey, you can always just break out the waffle iron and make a chaffle out of the rest of it, you know. So, and it's gonna be good. I'm gonna do this. And a couple weeks ago, I had some leftover Alfredo sauce in the fridge, and I topped it with some Alfredo sauce. Oh my goodness, that was so good. So yeah, you can add any sauce you want, along with any meat. Really, you can add ham. You can add or no meat. You can add for you vegans and vegetarians. You can add if you like that bacon flavor, you can add your bacon, or you can add some sausage or fake sausage or fake bacon. And so it's up to you. It's up to you. Or a lot of people just don't, they just want the cheese. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven for about a half an hour, and then we'll come back for the tasting. So I'll see you then. Okay, it's out of the oven, and we're gonna taste it. First of all, I'm gonna show you this, okay? And this is mushroom hot. And that means something in my family when something's mushroom hot, okay? Because my brother-in-laws, they went out to eat one time. See that? It's gonna be so good. They went out to eat one time, and Sam, my younger brother-in-law, and Paul, my older brother-in-law, went out, and they had appetizers. So Paul ordered stuffed mushrooms. They came to the table, and then Sam was in the bathroom or something, and Paul said, "Watch, those are hot." He thought he meant spicy hot. And he thought, "Oh, I can take heat. I can take the spice, no problem." So he popped one in his mouth, and as soon as he bit into that 350-degree deep fryer, fat just surged in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it was bad." So that's the story of my family, is mushroom hot. So Sam, this is mushroom hot. Okay, so listen to my brother-in-law Paul tell it though. But it's hilarious, really, it is. So, like I said, this is a meaty mushroom. This is very meaty. I'll slice it right in the middle here and show you. And it's, oh my goodness. Look at that, the steam's rising there. You can see the cheese right there is just, look at that. That is beautiful. That is a thing of beauty right there. That is gonna be so good, and it's hot. And you guys don't know, you guys know, if you watch the channel at all, I don't like the heat very much. You know what would be really good on this though? I'm just telling you, maybe a little pizza sauce over the top. Heated up pizza sauce on the top. That, I might have to try that later. I might have to try that. So, because you know, I love pizza. So, all right, here we go. Here we go. Let's try it out. Oh. Oh, it's so tender and juicy. Just the right amount of bacon and cheese and mushroom. And it's a, oh, that's a meal too. That's a big meal. That's like a replacement for a hamburger patty, you know? So that's amazing. I know I say this every week. You gotta try this because, and I say it because I wouldn't make anything unless I absolutely loved it. So you really gotta try this, okay? Portobello mushrooms, they're $3.97 at the store. $3.97 for 2 big ones. That's a meal, all right? You got some mozzarella cheese, some bacon bits, or some steak, leftover steak, or even throw some pepperoni. You can make pizza out of this thing. And use the portobello mushroom as the crust. I mean, this is a game changer, especially for vegans. Vegans and vegetarians. This is a meal right here, all right? So, all right, I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, all right? And hit the notification bell so you're notified when my son posts another video. Yesterday, he had a little bit of surgery, so I hope he's feeling better today. He probably is. He's pretty tough, so. All right, so you have a great week. And to my cadets, they're at a drill meet right now. I know you're doing great. You guys are awesome, and I miss you already. Talk to you later. Bye.